Calling an external JavaScript function in Unity Tiny using TypeScript is easier than you might think. Hello and welcome back to another Unity Tiny video, where we will be creating our own external JavaScript library and calling a function from that library from within Unity Tiny using a TypeScript file. The first thing we'll want to do is create our JavaScript library. For this example, I'll just be using a custom file called testjava. And to create it, we'll go into Visual Studio Code, go to File, New File. Inside this file, we are going to type function, my function, p1, comma p2, open a bracket and closed bracket, and then we're just going to return p1 times p2. Now that we have our JavaScript file created, let's add it to our Unity Tiny project so that it will compile and build into our main project. To do that, we will go into our root file by right-clicking Assets and clicking Show in Explorer. Within here, we're going to create a new folder and name it External. We will then save our JavaScript file we wrote earlier into this folder. So go back into here, go to File, Save As, find the external folder inside of your project Tiny, save your file as testjava, and make sure you're saving it as a JavaScript file. So testjava, save as type JavaScript within your external folder. Click Save. Then after saving, you'll see it's a JavaScript file and it changes the colors to match the colors of JavaScript functionality. Now, let's create the JSON folder that will combine our JavaScript files into our Unity Tiny build. To do that, let's go to File, New File, and inside of this file, let's type an open bracket, then quote, compiler, options, end quote, colon, open bracket, closed bracket, separate them. Then we're going to make two more quotes, and inside here say allow JS with a capital J. Then put a colon, and we'll set it to true. Then after your close bracket, put a comma. Let's put two more quotes, and inside of here, let's type include. Put another colon, and this one, instead of a squiggly bracket, put just the solid brackets. Here, let's put two more quotes, and we need to put the name of the files that we want to include. That's going to be external / the name of our JavaScript file, which was testjava.js. Now that we have this written, let's save it into our Unity Tiny project. The place that we want to save it to is the root folder of the Unity Tiny project. So let's create a Unity Tiny project now. Go to Tiny, File, New Project. We'll call this External JS. Once your Unity Tiny project is made, you'll notice that it has its own folder underneath your Assets folder. This folder is where you want to save your JSON folder. The name of this file is going to be tsconfig.override. So let's go to File, Save As. We want to find the folder we want to save it in, so it's going to be under your Assets, underneath the name of your project. And alongside your components, your entities, and your scripts folder, we can go back into here to confirm that. Components, entity, scripts, external JS.ut project. this is the same place we want to save this file. The name of the file is going to be tsconfig, all lowercase, .override, and then the type is going to be a JSON. Save that file there. Go back into your Unity project. You'll see that it shows up. You can see your code within it. Now let's go into our scripts folder. We're going to create a new script. We'll just leave the name of this script as new system. Go ahead and open it up. Now inside of here, we're just going to say let result equal my function, which you can see it shows up in your drop-down menu, and we'll just put 5 and 2. So result should now hold the result of our JavaScript function. Let's try to print this out with a console.log and see if it is actually working. So let's save, go back into our Unity project. After it compiles, click play. Our project loaded up. You can click F12 to open your debug window. And you'll see that it is printing out 10 repeatedly every update, which is exactly what our system says it should be doing. Result is my function 5.2. If we go look at our JavaScript file that we created, you'll see that it's taking the first variable and the second variable, multiplying them together and returning it. So, since we are calling 5 times 2, it should return 10, and then we should be printing 10, which is exactly what's happening inside our project. We can confirm this is working by just changing one of these numbers. Let's make this a 7 instead of a 5, so it should return 14. Wait for it to compile, click play, go back in. When it reloads, you'll see it's now printing 14. Excellent, this worked. I hope you were able to learn something from this video. If you have any further questions about how this works, or anything you would need to do to get it to work, or if you're unable to get it to work for some reason, feel free to leave a comment below. But until next time, have a wonderful day.